Hello, hello, hello. You guys, this anime is... Where do I even freaking begin? Like, that's the honest truth about this anime. Like, I will say that, like, it was recommended in, like, a list of BLs. So I didn't realize, I guess, like, before watching it, I don't know what that was, that just unplugged, but okay. I didn't realize, I guess, before watching it that, like, it was going to be this freaking emotional, this freaking powerful, this freaking just whirlwind of emotions. I had seen a clip on YouTube, which is like basically how I found out about like everything. Even though this was on a list of BLs, even though I don't really consider this like a typical BL, and I'll get into why a little bit later, but it was on a list. But I do remember watching like some clips from this anime. I won't say what the clips were until I get to the spoiler section, just in case anyone doesn't want to know that specific part. But yeah, this anime broke me, healed me a little bit, but then completely broke me. And I know a pretty big spoiler like when I started this. I still wanted to watch it because I was like, I really want to know like what it's about, because it's such an odd name to me. Like banana fish, that's such an odd name. Like you usually don't hear those two words together like ever, right? It's already just like a weird name. So I'm like, I'm so intrigued by this anime already just by the name. And the score on my anime list is only 8.48, which is crazy because do you see my score? Do you see my score? I did not know what I was getting myself into, and I'm quite sure a lot of you experienced the same, especially because a lot of you didn't know the same spoiler that I did. It's so action-packed, like it's so gripping. Every episode will leave you like, what is gonna happen next? How are they gonna resolve this? How are they gonna figure out what to do? Like it really leaves you wanting more. But basically the story is about this guy named Aslan. He goes by Ash, and he is the blonde guy, and he basically is like a runaway that's picked up off the streets by this guy who is like the godfather. He's like this mafia dude, and some really, really, really awful stuff has happened to Ash, and like he lives a pretty rough life. There's this drug called banana fish, and that's where the name comes from. This drug called banana fish, and this story is basically about his search to find out what banana fish is. He meets this guy named 𝘺𝘬𝘊. They both kind of team up to try to figure out what this banana fish is. That is a synopsis. It doesn't even do it justice. There's no way you could write a synopsis to do this anime justice for what it really is. I would just 100% recommend it, but I will warn you that it is, for me personally, like this anime is haunting. Like if it makes me think about it after I'm done watching it, and for like days after I'm done watching it, then yeah, it's one of those animes, like absolutely love it, one of my favorites, but it will stay with me for probably the rest of my life. It's just that powerful and impactful. If you like action, like honestly, it kind of gave me a little bit of Cowboy Bebop vibes, which I really loved as I was watching it. Like the music and stuff, and like just the vibe, the action scenes are really good, the fighting scenes are really good. You know, like I said, if you're looking for a BL, this is kind of not really the right type of thing to watch. But if you were just looking for a really good story that has a lot of twists and a lot of turns and is really intriguing and gripping, and absolutely so sad, then I 100% recommend this. I warn you, it is really, really heavy. It is really heavy. If you have any type of traumatic past or anything like that, it may even be very triggering for you. So please watch at your own discretion. From here on out, I'm going to be talking about some spoilers. So if you have not seen Banana Fish, then I would definitely recommend go checking it out, like I said, but just be warned that it is very dark. Spoilers. So of course, the big spoiler that I knew about before I even got into the anime, before I even decided to watch the anime, I saw a clip of 𝘺𝘬𝘊 waking up Ash, and it was so wholesome, and I was like, this is so sweet. And so I go down to the comments, and I expect everybody to be like, oh my gosh, they're like amazing, like I love them. But people are like, Ash deserved better, and people were like, I cannot believe that Ash didn't get a happy ending and stuff. And I'm like, what? Like that's so sad. But at the time I watched it, I was like, wow, that's so sad, and I kind of like moved on. But then I was like, when I was deciding to actually watch this, and I was like, I'm definitely gonna be watching Banana Fish, I was like, he's gonna die at the end. He is going to die. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. Even though I knew he was gonna die though, like I still had hope. I was just like, well maybe if maybe he just, like, I still had hope throughout this whole anime, even though I knew what was gonna happen. I still had hope that he was gonna survive. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, man. This anime is just, it's insane. It's insane how much this anime has affected me, like, to be completely honest. Oh my gosh, Ash, man. I have never wanted to reach through a screen and, like, hug a person so badly. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna try to do this video without crying. Like, it's that emotional. It is that powerful to me. Like, I just have never wanted to comfort someone so much, and like so much through watching an anime. And I'm so glad 𝘺𝘰 had me though, because he was really there for Ash to comfort him, and I think that was so beautiful. Like, they didn't need any type of like kiss, or I mean, even though they had that kiss in the beginning, but obviously that wasn't like a romantic like kiss, but still, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't need any type of kiss, any type of sexual anything. They didn't need anything, because you could feel the love between these two characters without any of that, just in the way that they care for each other, the actions that they did. Like, they didn't need to say I love you. I am so happy that Ash had 𝘺𝘰 in the time that he did, and just to think that he was only 18. I mean 17, I'm pretty sure, when the anime started, but I'm pretty sure he turned 18 like throughout the anime, but still, he was only 18 years old. He had so much more to live. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Something that really broke me about this is that I feel like Ash felt that he did not deserve to be loved by 𝘺𝘰, and I think that really messed me up. I think that is what really messes me up about this, and the fact that he died at the end is like, I feel like Ash did not think that he deserved to be loved because of everything that he'd been through, like so much that he'd been through. I mean, abuse, just mentally, physically, this man is broken down. And I think 𝘺𝘰 was slowly changing his mind, which is so beautiful to see. I think 𝘺𝘰 was slowly changing Ash's mind about the fact that he deserved to be loved, and it's just so sad that like he just didn't get his happy ending. And Ash said it in the anime. He said, you know, 𝘺𝘰 is the only person that doesn't ask for anything in return. Like, 𝘺𝘰's just content with Ash being okay and being in his life. He did not ask him for anything, and that is pure love. Like, that is pure love in its purest form. Like, you don't want anything from this person. You genuinely just want them to be happy. But the scene, even more so than the ending, because I mean, I guess I knew it was gonna happen, but even more so than the ending, the scene that really broke me was when Blanca took Ash to see 𝘺𝘰 in the hospital without Ash knowing. Like, that had me just thinking about it right now. Ash was trying so hard to protect 𝘺𝘰, and 𝘺𝘰 was trying so hard to protect Ash, and it's just like, oh gosh, it's so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking, and seeing everything that Ash went through, and like that scene too where Ash was shaking after that really terrible thing happened to him. Ash was shaking. He didn't want anybody to touch him, and then 𝘺𝘰 just comes over, doesn't say anything, just comes over and just hugs him, and Ash stops shaking. Like, you cannot tell me. I am genuinely no longer the same person after watching this. Like, I'm the person that I was before this anime no longer exists, because like, it's that, like, and I mean, maybe feel like I'm being a little dramatic, but if you've seen it, you already know. It's insane how like I said, just like impactful this anime was to me. I think it's so impactful because of the fact, like I said, I just feel like Ash didn't think that he was worth it to be loved, and I think that is just what really gets me, man. Oh, it gets me. But that is the unfortunate aftermath of someone who has been broken, like I said, physically and mentally, I mean spiritually, emotionally, just everything broken, and he thought he was a monster, and like that's all he is, just a killing machine. And I'm like, Ash, you are so much more than that. Like, can you not see? But of course it's so hard for him to see it, you know. When he realized that maybe, you know, he could have some type of life with 𝘺𝘰, it was too late. Oh man. And I know in the manga, like, he definitely dies. I heard that like the manga's like made it pretty clear that like he definitely dies, but the anime, I guess, wanted to leave it kind of more open. But I'm pretty sure he's dead. I mean, the only thing I'm like, well, hope that he found peace, you know, like he doesn't have to be in pain anymore. But it's like, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. I know there's like an epilogue, so it's like 7 years I think after Banana Fish, and it's like ecj and I guess a few other characters, but I can't even bring myself to watch it. I don't even want to see Banana Fish without Ash. Like I can't even bring myself to watch it. I do want to know what happens to ecj, because like ecj obviously real one, a ride or die, but I can't. Let me know if you've seen it and if you recommend it, but I'm just like, I need 5 to 10 business days to recover from this. Like I don't even know how to end this, but it's like I almost regret watching it, but at the same time I'm so happy to know these characters because they're so great. I mean, Ash and ecj, like honestly amazing. Everyone else I'm kind of just like, you know, they was cool, there were some cool characters, but Ash and ecj, man, they deserve the whole world, but the world did not deserve them. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad I made it through this without crying. I got a little teary-eyed, but I made it through. I thought I wasn't gonna make it. I thought I wasn't gonna make it, because the more I think about it, the more it rips my soul in half. Please let me know what you thought of this anime, and let me know if you recommend the epilogue. Man, oh my goodness, oh my goodness.